Hello. Back again. Slightly different video for you guys today. I'm currently on holiday. I'm in Crete. Can't tell by the sky. It's a bit cloudy today. It's been really nice otherwise, as you can tell by the lovely glowing tan. How to stay in shape when you're on holiday. Now, when you are on holiday, you are there with the purpose of enjoying yourself, indulging, relaxing. But if you're a gym head, if you're an iron head, if you're a lifter, you know how it goes. You'll get bitten by the iron bug. You'll start to feel a bit guilty and feel a bit bad about yourselves. So me and my wife have been going through this since being on holiday. We've been here for a few days now. Got an all-inclusive holiday, 5-star hotel, really posh place, and the food is absolutely lovely. And you know, you've got food, drinks, whatever you want all day, every day. There's a hotel gym here. It's got dumbbells up to 22 kilos, a few machines. It's functional enough, don't get me wrong, but you know, the facilities aren't the best ever. So it's just like, how do you actually stay in shape on holiday? So firstly, when it comes to actual training, if you're in a hotel gym and you haven't got access to much in the way of weights, I highly recommend doing things like pre-exhausting. So today I did a bit of a push workout and I did side raises followed by some Arnold press, and I did some cable crossovers followed by a bit of an incline machine press that they've got. Now the dumbbells 22 kilos, which to be perfectly honest I don't even warm up on, but having done side raises, having done some cable crossovers and things, I could feel them a little bit. I could feel them a little bit. As I said, it's not what I'd say ideal, but it's just a way of getting some work done. Another thing I'd recommend, walking. Now, I've just finished rereading a fantastic book by Paul Leonard. Paul, I know you watch this channel and we follow each other on Instagram and we're always in contact. But so I'm not just saying that because Paul Leonard is someone I know and really admire. But his book is just a really, really, really good book, to be honest with you. So his book, Built by History, sorry I forgot to say what it's called. Basically chronicles his journey in lifting, his early influences, and he just goes over some really cool lifters from the past all the way up to the present. But a lot of what we do is built on the past. There are very few new exercises, there are very few new routines. A lot of the routines that we follow nowadays are heavily influenced by our forefathers in iron. And one of the people Paul mentioned, and he's someone I'd followed for many years, but I'd just forgotten about it, to be honest with you, is Stan Efferding. And Stan Efferding is the founder of the vertical diet. And those of you who don't know who Stan is, Stan was world's strongest bodybuilder. He's also a former world record holder in powerlifting. Very knowledgeable guy, and obviously a former pro bodybuilder. He was also someone, and people often forget this, he's also someone that actually popularised raw powerlifting. Prior to the 2000s and early to mid-2000s, powerlifting had really become very dominated by equipped lifting. like bench shirts, squat briefs, deadlift suits and things. And he popularised raw lifting. And him, along with Mark Bell and the guys from Super Training, really kind of pushed raw benching and things. Because powerlifting and equip lifting is cool. I've not, to be honest with you, I've never really tried it. But the most I've ever used is a slingshot. But it had become almost like the bench press had almost become an exercise in its own right, like a powerlifting bench press using a bench shirt had become a separate exercise to what you say the bench press. When Stan came along and he made benching look cool because he was jacked. Obviously he was an IFBB pro bodybuilder and he was moving monstrous poundages, so not only did he look good, but he could move weight. And again, when you look at a lot of the IFBB pros post Ronnie Coleman, very few of them really clicked with the masses when it came to strength. If you were an iron head like me who just likes lifting, I could appreciate the physiques, and I've followed bodybuilding. That bodybuilding is what got me started. But if you are someone that I love the process of lifting, I can appreciate bodybuilding and I can appreciate what the guys look like on the Olympia stage, but I like lifting. I like lifting heavy things, and I like seeing big guys lift big things. And I often felt quite disillusioned by IFBB pro bodybuilders who were as big as mountains. And then I'd sometimes see the poundages that they were moving. And it didn't really do a lot for me. It didn't really resonate with me. But then Stan came along, who looked like a pro bodybuilder, but he was moving world-class poundages. Well, he's literally a world-class bench presser. He was a former world record holder. So Stan kind of came along and did all this. But in his kind of latter years, he became a really good coach, an advisor on nutrition, and he had a lot of really cool ideas. And one of the things he really promoted was the vertical diet and the idea of movement, and particularly movement after eating. So I know I've kind of gone around in circles and gone around a roundabout with this, but he popularised moving. So the idea is you'd eat something, and then as soon as you've eaten, you'll go and do a 10-15 minute walk. And this is something I was actually talking about to my wife earlier on. And I was telling her about the book and, you know, how much I'd enjoyed rereading it and whatever. And because we were both feeling a bit bulky and bloated. Oops, sorry. I'm walking on a beach at the moment. It's kind of cool. It's a bit cloudy, very warm still. It's probably still 23, 24 degrees. It's been really nice all week. I just happened to be filming this and it's a bit grey, but never mind. But it's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, anyway, back to that. So Stan popularised just moving after eating. And it's just a great way of getting your body firing, burning a few calories, getting the digestive system going. So if you are on holiday and, you know, you have been eating, cool, as I said, enjoy yourself. But you don't want to absolutely blow all of your gains and all of the stuff that you've worked hard for. So, you know, if you've only got access to limited equipment in a gym, try doing things like pre-exhausting. You've also got supersetting, and then just try moving, walking. Sounds very simple, I know. All of our meals, I've been eating pretty much whatever I want, but my pudding is always fruit, and every meal I have, I always make sure that I have some veg with it. I'm a vegetarian anyway, but I've been eating pizza, I've been eating chips and veggie burgers and things like that. But every meal I have has had salad or some kind of green veg or whatever going along with it. You know, fibre just keeps the digestive system going. Silly little things like that. But as I said, enjoy your food, enjoy your holiday. You are allowed to relax. I'm just going to plug Paul Leonard's book just before I go off, because this is actually my second walk of the day. I had a walk. Well, what happened with me today? I had breakfast. I subsequently, big breakfast as well. Trust me, I can eat. This guy can eat. I do have a very, very, very big appetite. So if you throw an all-you-can-eat buffet in front of me, I just simply look at it as a challenge. Challenge accepted. So when I go on holiday, I really, really do eat. And so I ended up having a massive amount of food this morning. Went back, freshened up, let the food digest a little bit. About 45 minutes later, went to the gym with my wife. We had a little chest, like a little push workout, and we talked about doing some cardio. But again, rather than using a treadmill, why use a treadmill when I've got this beautiful view out here? You know, why not go and walk up and down the beach? So we did 40 minutes down the beach, which was really nice. We went back to the hotel, got one of my daughters. The other one was being lazy, stayed in bed. But went and got one of my daughters and went for about a 40-minute walk. By the time we did that, we kind of just did stuff with the kids. Went for lunch, went back, chilled for a little bit. And once again, this is my second walk of the day. Kids are at the moment in the sea with my wife. And while they're doing that, I'm just having a little bit of a walk. Again, just to get the metabolism going again. When I was reading Paul's book, it brought back so many happy memories. And there were so many guys I've kind of read articles on them over the years in the past. And again, like if you are someone that's on my channel, the kind of guys I attract are really into lifting, because I'm not a gossip channel. I don't badmouth people. I don't big myself up over anyone else. I just enjoy lifting. As you guys know, I like lifting heavy things. I like training hard, and I like having a chat about training. That's the gist of my channel. So go and read Paul Leonard's book, Built by History. It only costs about £12 on Amazon. It's about 200-ish pages long. I can't remember exactly, around 200 pages. But there were so many cool anecdotes and stories that, you know, particularly if you're an older lifter like myself, that you can actually remember all of these things happening. And like he's trained with some really cool guys, you know, like C.T. Fletcher, Jailhouse Strong, and those of you who don't know Josh, he's nowadays very famous for being the coach of Tom Haviland, the absolute monster on Instagram, who just lifts mountains and carries them around and stuff. So he's trained with a who's who and met a who's who. You know, I've seen photos of him with so many cool guys. And on his Instagram page, like I've been invited to it. Yeah, you get an invite to his Instagram page. But when you're in there, it's like a who's who of lifters. It's absolutely incredible. There are so many elite lifters who respect Paul. You can't begin to understand. But like I said, you have to be a real iron head, like a real metal head like myself, to appreciate it. When you see the names he's got on there, just like sort of, you know, commenting on his posts and things. And he doesn't do it for the sort of adulation of the masses and things. He does it just out of genuine love of lifting. I've been lifting for 30 odd years, approaching 31 years now. And he's probably forgotten more than I already know. He's a guy in his, I think it'll be mid to later 50s now. So it's probably in the region of around 10 years older than me. Competing at elite level in powerlifting with some elite numbers. He's an elite level coach to this day. 30 years in law enforcement. But, you know, just like a really real guy, just a really down-to-earth guy. And it just really comes across in his book when you read it. As I said, this is the second time I've read it now. Whilst I was on holiday, I've been kind of sitting down, chilling by the pool and stuff. And I thought, you know what, I want a paper copy of this book. But I highly recommend it. There are so many just cool stories. And, you know, just talking about the routines of really cool guys, you know, like Bill Kazmaier's routine, and so many people that you will have heard of but forgotten about. And, you know, I was there having read so many of these kind of articles from the mid-90s, and having read this book again, it just brought back so many happy memories, and just reminded me of being a bit younger, going to the gym for the first time, my first few years, and just trying to absorb everything I could about the gym. So again, if you're a young lifter, if you're an old lifter, go and check out his book. It won't take you a massive amount of time to read. It's just very, very digestible. It's a very easy read. I said a couple 100 pages. Because I know some people say, "Oh, I don't like reading," but trust me, it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. Just educate yourselves, get a few ideas. Like I was reading one thing. I remember watching a seminar by Bill Kazmaier quite a few years ago now, and seeing him doing seated dumbbell press with, I think it was 100-pound dumbbells, and he hit them for, I think it was somewhere in the region of 40 reps or 30 something reps, and it made me want to go away and try it at the time as a kid, and I did. I didn't beat Kaz at the time. I don't think there would be many people in the world who could beat Kaz at the time. But I ended up hitting the 100-pound dumbbells at the time for somewhere in the region of 30-ish reps. I mean, this is many, many, many years ago. I might be able to get it for a few more reps nowadays. I don't know. I'm probably a bit stronger nowadays. But there were just so many cool things, as I said, and just reading this book brought it all back to me. And it'll just give you some really cool ideas. I was reading about Kaz shrugging 600 pounds for 40 reps. I want to try it now. I'd not come across that before, but it made me want to try it. So, yeah. Anyway, go and buy it. £12 on Amazon if you're from the UK. Whenever you can, get outside. Hear the birds sing. Hear the sea splash. Whatever it is, get outside. It makes such a difference. Just feeling the sun on your skin. That's quite ironic today because it's a bit of a cloudy day, even though it's quite warm. But it just makes such a difference to your day. Particularly if you're someone, I know a lot of us, we can get a bit down in the dumps and things. I won't say mental health, but you know what I mean. Life happens, relationships happen, work happens. But the difference that just going outside for half an hour or so, 30 minutes a day, can make. You know, no, not all of us have got access to parks and things, but just moving, and get yourself up a little earlier sometimes, and move before everyone else moves, walk before everyone else walks, do stuff before everyone else does stuff. It'll just make you feel a bit better about yourself. Now, I'm not necessarily into those 4 a.m. challenges that was viral, but I do it. I genuinely do it. I don't do it as a challenge. I do it because I enjoy getting up early and training. I've done it for years. I don't do it for social media clicks and views. Red Hulk big time, 1k subs. I do it, 1, out of necessity, and 2, because I genuinely like getting up early. I like doing stuff that other people don't really want to do. There's something quite satisfying about getting up at 4:30 in the morning, whatever it is, training 4:35 in the morning, whatever time you get up, and knowing most of the world is asleep and you're there getting what you need to do done. It is pretty cool. and also out of necessity as well. You guys, those of you who know and followed me for a while, you know I'm a teacher. I'm also a part-time personal trainer, and I'm a dad, and I'm a husband. I'm also a son. So I have a lot of responsibilities. Between a lot of my work days are around 12 hours by the time from start to finish. By the time I go to work, I come home from school, and then I literally normally have about half an hour, and then I start training, and I squeeze in whatever training I can in between. So I do my best to get most of my session done in the morning, although my morning sessions are normally more cardio-based, circuity stuff, and then the evening will be something else. But a lot of my sessions are split into 2 parts, just out of necessity, because, you know, lifting's cool. Love lifting, probably as much as anyone you're ever going to meet. But I've got responsibilities, I've got bills to pay. It would be nice to just kind of get paid to YouTube or whatever and do these kind of cool videos. But in reality, I have a mortgage to pay. I've got kids and a wife to look after. So if you want stuff like this holiday, for instance, I have to work to make my life, and more importantly, my family's life, more comfortable. So, but the point I'm trying to make, if you want to train, you'll train. There are 24 hours in a day. You can find the time, I assure you. You can absolutely find the time. A lot of us have ready-made excuses as to why we can't train. I can't begin to tell you the amount of people over the years, and I'm sure a lot of you can empathise with this. They kind of meet me or kind of know me, and then they will almost straight away tell me the reasons why they can't train. This is like, you know, hello, my name is Mark, and oh yeah, you're a big guy. Well, I can't train because I'm really busy. It's like, well, I work 12, sometimes 13 hours a day, and I still find time to train 6 times a week. Sometimes I train 7 times a week because I love training so much. And you guys who know me know a lot of the stuff I do. I do it for the kind of mental health benefits as well. Because of the way my brain is wired, if I don't lift, if I don't have my kind of physical release, I don't feel great. Not like I'm a psychopath. I'm not saying I am a psychopath, but I'm a much better person after I've lifted. So that's it. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notifications and all that good stuff. Slightly different video, but you guys take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Yes, Mark. Beast. Yeah, beast mode. Like it. Beast mode. What we got now? No. I thought he was going heavier, but no, it's still the 22s.
That's literally because they've only got 22s.
Yeah. See, I went heavier. Mark's just like, Mark, you're coasting. Just because you're on a holiday, it doesn't mean you need to coast. But zoom in, you can see a little bit of sweat on his forehead. Come on, bruv. Saw you. You got this.
So to curl them for you now.
No, don't work too hard.